Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gauram Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Thank you everybody for joining. We are continuing our Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, session number 16. We'll do some recap. What happened? Okay, one second. So this is not session number 16. That's last week. Session number 17. Okay. So we'll start with our Gopala Champu. The format is, Piyush Pravas, you are joining here for the first time. The format is that we'll do Gopala Champu story for 15 minutes. Then we'll do some recap of what we have learned previously. Then for 30 minutes, we'll discuss Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, and there is any QA that's going to be beyond that. Okay, so Gopala Champu. So we are discussing the Gopala Champu, the pastimes of Krishna. Krishna left Vrindavan at the age of 11. He went to Mathura, and then after performing all his activities and finally killing Dantavakra, a demon, Krishna came back to Vrindavan after 33 years. So all the Vrajavasis were waiting for this day for Krishna to arrive back. So when Krishna came back, they all became joyful and they celebrated with a great party. Then Krishna stayed there and started continuing his regular day-to-day pastimes, day-to-day activities. So there, Krishna's Janma Nakshatra was happening on that day, which is his birthday, particular tithi, occurring every month. Like if I am born on October 7, for example, in English, Roman calendar, then every month celebrating the seventh day. So like that in the sense, in Vedic calendar, you have the tithi, that Janma Nakshatra. So they celebrate that every month when Krishna was born. So they are celebrating that day, and they performed all the Vrajavasis performed Abhishek for Krishna and then bathing ceremony. And then they had presented a lot of gifts to many people. So many people have visited. So all the Vrajavasis have come to the home of Krishna. And now two boys named Snigdhakanta and Madhukanta have also come there to see Krishna. So they are taken care by a person called Ratnachuda. And Ratnachuda, along with these two boys, Snigdhakanta and Madhukanta, they are speaking to Krishna, Balaram, and Nanda Maharaj. So Krishna at that time he asked a question about their background. So they are telling that we are actually disciples of Narada Muni, these two boys. So we came to Vrindavan on the order of Narada Muni. By the mercy of Narada Muni, we have gained knowledge even rare to the Devatas. So they want to now exhibit this skill in front of Krishna. So whatever skill we have, we use it in the service of Krishna, and that is pleasing to Krishna. So they also want to do that. So then Balaram went to his father and he said, understanding Krishna's desire, Balaram went to Nanda Maharaj and then he said that, Father, we want to see the skills of these two boys, how they perform, how they are going to perform their singing basically or narration. So these two boys are good at narrating things, which we will see that entire Gopala Champu from next chapter onwards will be presented in their narration. So from their point of view, it will be presented. So anyways, Balram wanted to see the skills of these two boys. So Nanda Maharaj agreed to that. Yes, we can see that, but not now. In the evening, we'll listen to them. Right now, the day is passing, and we want to take care of the guests. So many guests they have come. Some guests have come who are regular guests, and some who are not regular guests, but accidentally they have come here. So we have to take care of all of them with a suitable welcome, and also with the gifts, nice gifts to them as well. And whatever we have, Nanda Maharaj is saying, whatever we have, they should have. So this is the mood of a grahastha, that we should be able to share with whatever we are earning. Of course, it is difficult to give out everything that we have, but at least Prabhupada said 50% we should give for charity. But at least Shukracharya in ninth canto of or eighth canto of Bhagavatam, he says that 20% one should use in dharmic activities of one is earning. That is for next life. One should spend 20% of their income. It could include, you may invite devotees to your home and then you can feed prasadam, or you donate to temple, or you go for yatras also. So all these activities which involve, direct bhakti, we should be spending 20% of our money in that direct activities. So, it's 20% the bare minimum and 50% the ideal. So Prabhupada was very strict on that. He said 50%, unless you can contribute 50%, you're not following my instruction in one of the conversations. However, I am not following that. Personally, I'm not able to follow that. So I cannot instruct that. But at least, 20% is the lowest recommendation I have seen in Bhagavatam. So we should at least um, try to follow that. 50% comes from Rupa Goswami. Yes. Yeah. So Rupa Goswami gave away 50% when he also retired. So he has earned a lot of wealth, and he has accumulated all this wealth in a boat. It's full of gold and other things. So when Mahaprabhu called him to give up everything, all his work and other things, and come to Mahaprabhu. So Rupa Goswami distributed his wealth. 50% he gave away to Brahmanas and Vaishnavas, and 25% he gave to his relatives. Relatives includes his own family members and extended family members. And 25% he kept it for himself if there may be any emergency. So he at those days they used to deposit with business people, because they were the banks basically. So the business people will use it in their business, and then they will just maintain that wealth, and then give back to these people with some interest, I guess. So yes, he gave out everything, in his retirement. Of course, somebody can question, when we are retiring, are we in a position to give away 50% of our savings? No, I'm not. But at least these are what the previous acharyas have instructed and have done. So, yeah. Okay. So continuing the story, then Nanda Maharaj was saying, whatever we have, all the guests should have. That was Nanda Maharaj's mood. He wants to just celebrate this Krishna's Janma Nakshatra day as fantastic as possible. So then the day was passing forward. All the Vrajavasis, they were showing their joy to Nanda Maharaj, that Nanda Maharaj is taking care of all of them very nicely. So after the bards, they have played nice songs to entertain everyone, and they have satisfied all the people. Nanda Maharaj gave all suitable food items and other offerings for gifts for these bards, and sent them off. So when all these things are done, already noon came. So now Krishna, who usually goes to the forest in the morning, he couldn't go because it was his Janma Nakshatra day and celebrations were happening. Now he wanted to go to the forest to herd the cows and to play with all the cowherd boys. So he took Balaram and all the cowherd boys, and taking blessings from Nanda Maharaj, he then started toward the forest, taking all the cows. Then, once they are in the forest, now Krishna started thinking that we have come here to herd the cows. But these boys, those who are in Sakya Rasa with Krishna, they do not want to return from the forest because it is in the forest that they enjoy their pastimes or their play with Krishna. Enjoy in the sense that they serve Krishna with their sports, with their play, with their jokes, all these things. So they cherished this moment being in the forest. Anyways, Krishna thought these boys never want to go back. They just want to stay in the forest. Then Krishna took his flute and then he started playing the flute. And when he starts playing the flute, everybody goes mad. And when Krishna is playing the flute, the trees in front of him, they started blossoming. The trees behind him, they were not able to hear the flute properly. And they were like very sad and remained without any beauty. This also symbolically shows that when Krishna is with the cowherd boys, those devotees who are left behind in Vrindavan, Vraja, the elders and the gopis, they were remained without beauty. And those who are in the forest with Krishna, they were with beauty in the sense that they were blossoming, that they are having the association of Krishna. So, anyways, Krishna was spending his time separated from the elders, but close with the cowherd boys in the forest, and they started laughing. And then some boys started imitating some elders that they have seen in the assembly. So these are boys, young boys. They want to imitate what elders are speaking. Oh, that person spoke like this. They started doing anukaran, imitating other persons, and they were just making jokes out of it. So when all the laughing has slowly waned down, Balram spoke to Madhumangal. Balram said, "Oh, crooked Madhumangal, you said something to Yashoda, Yashoda Maya, that when we were back in Vrindavan in the palace, you went to her and then you said, Oh, Queen of Raja, I want to speak to you alone. But when you are speaking, nobody could hear because there was a lot of noise was going on. What did you speak?" Balram was very curious. What Madhumangal spoke to Yashoda? He was very curious. Then Madhumangal, he laughed so loudly. And then he became silent because he was thinking, oh, I don't want to reveal what I spoke. So he immediately told Balaram, that I think I might have spoken something for the happiness of everyone. I forgot what I talked about, he said. Then Balaram said, "Oh, friend, what is this? You are simply telling lie. You should tell the truth. Can you promise and then say that you actually didn't speak what I was expecting about?" Then Madhumangal, he said, touching his thread, he's a Brahmana. So he's touched his thread and then he says, "I swear I'm not telling you a lie. Huh? So you are not believing me. I'm a Brahman and I'm touching my thread and then I'm not speaking a lie." So then Krishna came to that spot and he also was curious about it. He said that, okay, but you tell us, both of us, what did you speak there? Then Madhumangal was now little bit became peaceful because now Krishna is also asking because he spoke something about Krishna. So when Balaram asked, he was not very comfortable in opening. Now Krishna came and said, "Okay, now Krishna himself is asking what did I tell to Yashoda? So now I will speak." So then Madhumangal said, "I will speak if you do not become upset." Then both of the boys, Krishna and Balaram, they said, "No, we will not become upset." So then you tell what you spoke. Okay, I actually wanted to speak loudly at that time. I actually started speaking about the gopis and your conversations and your pastimes of man, how all these things were constantly taking place in the forest secretly. I was speaking to your mother about that. Then Krishna couldn't tolerate that. He immediately took his finger and then closed the mouth of Madhumangal. He said, "Hey, keep your mouth shut. I will just take a needle and a silk thread. I'll sew your lips. So you better, keep mouth shut." So then Madhumangal said, "There is a better way to keep my mouth shut." His mouth is shut by Krishna like this. Krishna is holding his mouth like this. But then Madhumangal is speaking through that with the mouth shut, and then he's speaking through this. He's saying that, see, there is a better way to shut my mouth. Huh? All you have to do is just bring a lot of sweets and you put in my mouth. Automatically, I will not speak anything else. Why you want to, sew my mouth with all this silk thread and other violent way of doing this? So then Balram started smiling. He said that, "Hey, you are a Brahmana or what? You are simply asking for all these bribes and you speak about all forbidden items. You don't look like a Brahmana. You speak all these exotic things." Then when Balram said this, everybody started laughing. So the clever Madhumangal, he was very expert at jokes. He embraced Krishna for a few moments and started running around Krishna. So we'll stop here our Gopala Champu story. We'll continue from next week, Gopala Champu. We'll enter into Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Okay, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. What did we cover last week? So we covered Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. The first verse we covered, and second to fourth verses also we covered, which are all Mangalacharan. So these two are Mangalacharan verses. Mangalacharan is basically invoking auspiciousness by offering prayers or benedictions like that. Then Rupa Goswami started talking about Uttama Bhakti, pure Bhakti. What is pure Bhakti? He started talking about, and that is in verse 1.1.11. You will not forget this. The verse number is 1.1.11. Okay. So, first section, first chapter, 11th verse. To give an overview of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, the entire Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Prabhupada has translated it as Nectar of Devotion. Nectar of Devotion is a summary work, what Prabhupada has done. What we are studying is in detail. We are going into the detailed version. And this detailed work is divided into four parts: Eastern section, Southern section, Western section, and Northern section. Prabhupada in his book, he hasn't divided his chapters like that into different sections. He just gave a single list of chapters. But I have divided, going through the chapters, I have divided them according to these sections. I can post that later in the group. How in the Nectar of Devotion, if you're following that book, Nectar of Devotion, you can see the chapters, how they are divided. But we are going into detail, so we are studying the original Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu with in Sanskrit. So the Eastern section, it talks about bhakti in general, the three types of bhakti: sadhana bhakti, bhava bhakti, and prem bhakti. And then next three sections, they talk about rasa. So Western section and Northern section, we have already, in summary, we have seen. That is primary rasa and secondary rasa, we have already completed. We are now looking into Eastern section. In the Eastern section, we have four chapters. The first chapter talks about bhakti characteristics, lakshana. And then second chapter talks about sadhana bhakti. Third chapter talks about bhava bhakti. Fourth chapter talks about prem bhakti. So we are in first chapter, in Eastern section, first chapter. And within that, we have completed this Mangalacharan. And we know what is the division of the book also. Now we are into the definition of Uttama Bhakti. The Lakshana, characteristics of Uttama Bhakti are pure devotion. Okay. So we'll recite the verse one more time. This is the verse we started digging down into. Anyabhilashita shunyam jnana karmadyanavritam anukulyena krishnanu shilanam bhaktiruttama. Please memorize this. If you study Bhakti Shastri, this is a sure question that will come in your exam. If And if you have studied already Bhakti Shastri, you know this verse already. You would have memorized it. Okay. So we looked at part of this verse. Is it Swarupa Lakshana or Tatastha Lakshana? Yeah. Um, the last two lines describe the Swarupa Lakshana, and the first two lines describe Tatastha Lakshana. If you, Swarupa Lakshana means essential characteristics. Okay, so the last line, Bhakti Uttama. Bhakti Uttama means it is Uttam Bhakti. This is what is saying. This is Uttam Bhakti. What is Uttam Bhakti? That is divided, that is mentioned in the first three lines. So we looked at what is Krishna Anushīlanam last week. Krishna Anushīlanam. Anushīlanam means repeatedly doing a activity again and again. So one clarification I want to mention, that it is not that only one activity you need to repeat. Like you may be chanting, tomorrow you may be doing book distribution, day after tomorrow you may be doing kitchen service. So you're repeating different activities, but it is all bhakti service that you are repeating. So you are repeating, but definitely we need to everyday chant Hare Krishna mantra, because that is going to quickly give us the result. But you can take up any other, that is your favorite service, and then you can keep on repeating it every day. Repeated service. Repeated service includes, we discussed about what is service. Service doesn't mean necessarily the activities in missionary, like only cleaning is the service, or cooking is the service, or book distribution is the service. Not necessarily like that. Chanting is a service. Hearing Bhagavatam is a service. Reading Bhagavatam is a service, or Bhagavatam or derived works is a service. Thinking about the Lord is a service. You can simply sit in your home and then simply think about the Lord, or hear his pastimes. That is also service. So service means that you are doing some activity connected with Krishna directly. So that takes off 9 types, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Mandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanivedanam, like that. So the main items are hearing, and then chanting, and then thinking about the Lord, and then doing deity service. Deity service includes cleaning the temple, cooking for the Lord. Book distribution will be part of Kirtanam. You are glorifying the Lord through giving books to others, like that. Okay. So that is Anushilanam. So this Krishna Anushilanam with a favorable attitude is what is called Bhakti. This is the definition of Bhakti. If somebody asks you, you're walking down the street, what is Bhakti? You say, you're doing repeatedly an activity to Krishna with using your senses with a favorable attitude. Anukulyana. That is Bhakti. So, we said that last time that we are going to discuss about this Anukulyana. What is this favorability? So this favorability, Anukulyana, means somebody can say that we should do something that Krishna likes. Somebody can say. That is what favorable means. So if we say that we should do something what Krishna likes, there is a problem with that statement. Why? So when Krishna comes as Varaha, for example, he fights with Hiranyaksha. And when Varaha fights with Hiranyaksha, he actually likes that activity. He likes fighting with demons. So then, if we say that we have to do some that Krishna likes, we can also do activity like Hiranyaksha. We can create enmity for Krishna, and then we can go and fight with him because he likes it, and we are doing whatever he likes it. So that becomes a problem. That is not bhakti. Obviously, to our common sense, it doesn't make what Hiranyaksha is doing. He is actually hating Krishna. How can it be bhakti? So it doesn't make sense. So anukulyena means, and there is another problem with that also. So when Krishna, when Mother Yashoda, when she feeds Krishna milk, one time what happened? There was some milk she was boiling on the stove. So she was actually boiling some milk on the stove, and for making sweets to Krishna, because Krishna likes sweets. But then she was also breastfeeding Krishna. Because that milk was boiling and coming out, she feared that it is going to spoil the preparation and she cannot do properly for Krishna. So she took Krishna, who was breastfeeding, put him down, and then she went to take that milk from the stove. Now, Krishna got very much angry with this activity. He did not like his mother simply suddenly putting him down and then, going to attend to something else. He became angry to such an extent that he took a big stone and then broke a pot, milk pot that was nearby, and then he ran away. So this activity is not liked by Krishna, what Yashoda did. But obviously, Yashoda is a perfect devotee and she is in the spiritual world and is mother of Krishna. So, whatever activity that she does is bhakti to Krishna. And she was going and picking up the milk from the stove for doing some service to Krishna only. If we say that anukulyena or favorability means we should do something that Krishna likes, then this will be eliminated from that. So first, the demon will be included in the definition because he likes what he does what Krishna likes, and Yashoda will be eliminated from this because Yashoda is doing something which Krishna doesn't like. So therefore, our acharyas clarify anukulyena here means without unfavorability. And this meaning is not something we are concocting. It is there in Sanskrit dictionary. If you take Sanskrit dictionary, anukulyena, if you search within it, you would find the first definition that it gives is without unfavorability. Without unfavorability. When you are doing a particular activity, you should not have unfavorable attitude toward Krishna, which means a hatred activity, hatred or disregard or contempt. All this concern should not be there. And you have a likingness toward Krishna. So with that attitude, you perform. That is what is anukulyena means. So this will eliminate the demons because the demons hate Krishna. Even though they may do something that Krishna likes, that is fighting with Krishna, they hate Krishna from their very core. So they are eliminated. Yashoda will be again included back in this definition because Yashoda has very much love for Krishna. She likes Krishna and she is doing something favorable for Krishna. So you need to have a favorable attitude in your heart, that pravriti that should be favorable toward Krishna. And I like him. That kind of attitude rather than I hate him. So that is what is anukulyena. With that attitude, with affection, we do service for Krishna. So that is bhakti. That is the definition of bhakti. That is not the definition of pure bhakti. That is just the definition of bhakti. Pure bhakti requires additional two qualities. That is the first two lines. Here I have marked Uttama, pure bhakti. It requires first these two lines. These are qualifying what is pure bhakti. Anya abhilashita shunyam. So, anya abhilashita shunyam. That you should not have other desires when you are performing bhakti. It doesn't mean that you don't have any desires. That is not possible in sadhana stage. In sadhana stage, our heart is contaminated with desires. If we are free of desires, then we will be in liberation. One cannot say you perform pure bhakti in liberation. No. Pure bhakti has a practicing stage. So we perform from sadhana stage itself, pure bhakti. So what does it mean, anya abhilashita shunyam? You do not have any other desires. Means that when you are performing bhakti, you do not seek any material benedictions from the Lord. That is what it is. We don't go to Balaji in Tirupati and ask for more wealth or peace in life or peacefulness in mind, peace of mind. We tell to beginners, those who come to the movement, that chant Hare Krishna for peace of mind. That is just one will only encourage the beginners. But actually, we should not be seeking that peace of mind from bhakti. You can do meditation if your mind is agitated later, but from bhakti, we don't seek that peace of mind. We don't seek health. When go to Balaji and then pray, please give me health, or go to Narsingadev and then pray, my health is deteriorating, please protect me. Or when we are sitting in the car and then starting a journey, we pray to Narsingadev, please protect me in this journey. And we don't pray like that. We pray to Narsingadev when we are starting a journey to glorify him, not to give protection for us. So that if you ask for protection, or if you ask for money, or if you ask for peace, that is not pure bhakti, that is mixed bhakti. Or we don't go to the Lord to ask for knowledge of grammar or science or arts. We don't ask from the Lord like that. Or we don't ask for liberation. I'm interested in going back home, back to God, because this whole world is frustrating me, this experience living here. And so, Lord, please give me shelter at your spiritual world so that I can become happy. Because sometimes we have the conception that the spiritual world is more like a Disney world. You go to Disney world, there are wonderful items to watch out, and then we become completely immersed into it. Sometimes we bring that conception to um, bhakti also. So we think of spiritual world like that. No, we don't seek this desire from bhakti. If you seek, that is mixed bhakti. You can perform mixed bhakti also, but mixed bhakti gives different results. But if you want to practice pure bhakti, then one should not seek these desires directly from the Lord, part of their bhakti process. We perform chanting, we perform hearing of Bhagavatam for pleasing Krishna. It is very, we can have likingness toward that, but we are performing it because Krishna likes it. I also like it. I like it because this is very favorable to Krishna, like that. Thus, desiring Krishna Prema selfish. No, you can desire that. Krishna Prema. I want love of God. That you can desire. We'll just cover that. I'll come to that. Thank you for that question. So, okay. Um, we covered this. All right. So, what about our jobs and other things? How do we perform? So, we perform our jobs to the extent that it gives us time and proper peace of mind at home so that we can engage in bhakti activity. The whole day's focus is bhakti activity. The work is all peripheral to make this happen. I want to sit and read Bhagavatam peacefully. I want to hear Bhagavatam or Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, for example, or Chaitanya Charitamrita. I want to hear or read nicely. I want to chant my rounds nicely. I want to sing for the pleasure of the Lord nicely. I want to cook for Krishna. I want to clean the temple very nicely. This is the goal of us every day. Whatever is your favorite service, you can choose. But the work is all done to enable us, facilitate us this thing. That should be our goal if we want to perform pure bhakti. We should not earn money with the idea that I want to enjoy life very nicely. Um, so sometimes it differs. What we need, it differs. Some people, if they have only one home with one room, they are peaceful. They can just perform their chanting. Some people need a single family home to stay because they have been brought up like that, or they have got accustomed to that particular situation, or their family members are asking for that, whatever it is. So we take that facility, whatever is required. What is required changes from person to person. It is not one fixed thing. To that extent, we can perform our bhakti peacefully, not keep on increasing it, our expenditure and opulences. So make it comfortable at home so that it doesn't mentally disturb you. We should ask in a particular condition. If this condition, if it sustains, Can I practice bhakti peacefully? Yeah, then you have reached your limit. Okay. If no, no, I'm always when I'm chanting, I'm mentally worried about that. Oh, if I try to sit myself in one room home, and then I confine myself into that apartment, and then I always worry about I'm not feeling comfortable, feeling stressful. No, that's not what we are looking for. We have to make ourselves in a situation that we can peacefully perform bhakti. Okay, so there is one more thing here. Anya abhilashita shunyam. Anya means other. Abhilashita means desireness. Desireness. Shunya means zero. It is without. Zero, shunya. In Hindi, we know that. Shunya, zero. Your other desireness should be zero, not desires. He didn't say desires. Anya abhilasha shunyam. He could have written like that. Rupa Goswami. He didn't write. He wrote Anya abhilashita shunyam. He changed the word. Desireness, he has used it. Why? Suppose this is to include a devotee when he is walking on the street. Suddenly, a car comes from a distance and then is going to hit him. He says, he's closing his eyes, Krishna, protect me, like that. So he definitely asked for his protection, but that is also pure bhakti. It is not eliminating him from pure bhakti because this desire came in a situation that is dangerous to his life. It is not every day he is going and praying to his Lord. Krishna, please protect me. Krishna, please protect me. Krishna, take care of my health. Krishna, give me job. Krishna, give me peace of mind. He is not praying to everyday Krishna like that. When there is a difficult situation, when there is a extreme difficult situation, a rare situation, he prayed to Krishna like that. So that will not take out the devotee from pure devotion. He is still following pure devotion. So this abhilashita word is used. Abhilashita word means desireness. That he is not possessing that desireness part of his thing. The person itself is filled with the desire. That is what his desireness means. It's not like that. Suddenly this came and then it happened. So it's okay. That is also included. That's why Rupa Goswami is using this word. Okay, any questions before we continue from here? Any comments? Any suggestions? Hare Krishna, Sundarananda Prabhu. Thank you for joining. You have anything to add, Prabhu? Okay.
Prabhu, I
Yes,
have one
Dhanavas
question.
Pranam Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji, Ananda Baldev Prabhu.
Prabhu. Prabhu, my question is what it means to please Krishna in any devotional service. Means how do I know when I do any service Krishna is getting pleased? So what it means to please Krishna?
Yeah. So, Krishna has given certain activities, that which is very part of bhakti, which include Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanivedanam. These very activities are pleasing to Krishna. As I said, that it is not only about pleasing Krishna, because the demons please Krishna by their activities. We don't want to simply please Krishna. We want to perform the activities with a favorable attitude toward Krishna. So these activities, these bhakti activities, which is called bhakti in its very nature. I just to perform chanting Hare Krishna, that itself has the nature of bhakti, and that is pleasing to Krishna. Definitely, it is pleasing to Krishna, but we are also doing with a favorable attitude. If we perform these activities, that itself is pleasing to Krishna. Now, in terms of how we conduct ourselves in our life, whether that is pleasing to Krishna or not, so it depends on situation to situation. But in any case, we don't consciously perform sinful activities which are forbidden in the scriptures. Eating meat, for example, is forbidden. Doing offense to devotees is forbidden. So we don't do those activities, but we may have material attachments. Um, we may have some attachments toward things. Enjoying mentality will be there. We'll cover that in the next slide. So that is fine. It's okay, but we should not do forbidden activities or offenses, and we should perform every day Swarupa Siddha Bhakti, that is Bhakti in its very core. The activity in its very core is Bhakti, that is Shravanam, Kirtanam, and so on. And that is definitely pleasing to Krishna.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhu. Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Very good.
Okay, so this is the first praise, Anya Bhrashita Shunyam. Your Krishna Anushilanam, that is repeated service to Krishna, not only should be favorable, but it should be without any desires. We don't actively seek help from Krishna to solve our material problems. So, this is bhakti. So, here we have this circle is Bhagavan. This circle is Maya. So this is material world. This whole thing is material world, and here we have spiritual world. So Bhagavan is existing in spiritual world, and Maya is the entire material world is composed of Maya Shakti. And Jiva Shakti is in between. Is in the sense that it has not those jivas which are bound in this world. They have not taken shelter of Bhagavan yet, and they are interested in this Maya Shakti. They are enjoying this. So then Bhagavan gives this bhakti to the jiva through the medium of devotee. Okay. So what is this bhakti? This bhakti is Hladini Shakti and Samvit Shakti. He has other Shaktis, Anugraha, Yoga, other things. Huh? But this Hladini Shakti means the bliss potency. And Samvit Shakti, knowledge potency. He combines these two and then gives it to Jiva. And that is bhakti. So when we are performing chanting, what happens is we have got the seed of bhakti from a devotee. Shiksha Guru, Diksha Guru, they give the seed. They planted the seed in our heart. It's faith that I want to perform this activity. So then when we chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, it looks like I am just saying some words. Hare Krishna. This is a material sound, right? Because I am using my mouth, which is made of matter. And this sound which is coming out, that is also matter. How it becomes spiritual? So this Bhakti Shakti injected into our heart by the Guru or a devotee, it comes out through that process. When we are chanting, when we are reading Bhagavatam, when we are hearing Bhagavatam, it comes out. So this activity of hearing, this activity of reading are all done by this Bhakti Shakti. It enters our senses and it becomes one with our senses. And then we are performing these activities, cleaning the temple, cooking, all these things. That is spiritual activity. That is how it becomes spiritual. This Hladini Shakti is bliss potency. So as we perform bhakti nicely, we'll start feeling pleasure, sukha. Even from the very early stage, we'll start liking, and then we'll start getting addicted toward particular bhakti activity. Are addicted to performing bhakti because it has this Hladini Shakti. This is bliss potency of the Lord, and it increases further and further as we advance. The Samvit Shakti, the knowledge of the Lord, it gets revealed within our heart. We'll start realizing his qualities. We'll start having more and more clear understanding of Bhagavan. And then in the Bhava stage, the Lord himself reveals his own form in front of us. Then we can see face to face Krishna. and we serve Krishna at that moment. Well, that is done by this Samvit Shakti. It is revealing. So the scriptures is essential because through scriptures, bhakti scriptures, not non-bhakti scriptures, not yoga sutras like that, bhakti scriptures like Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. It is essential because through that we get more and more clarity about Krishna, more and more clarity about his Shaktis, more and more clarity about the bhakti we are performing. All these are essential for us. This Samvit Shakti is revealing that to us. Then when we attain the stage of Bhava, the Sandhini Shakti gives us a body, spiritual body to the Jiva. Then the Jiva takes that spiritual body and then he serves the Lord. So this is described in Bhagavad Sandarbha. In Sandarbhas he has described. I just put it here too because we are discussing about bhakti. We looked at this slide very early in this presentation, but it's a reminder for us. Okay. Coming back to our Jnana Karmadi Anavritam. The word means Jnana, knowledge, Karma, activities, Karma, Adi, etc., Anavritam, not covered. Your Krishna Anushilanam, your repeated service to Krishna should not be covered by Jnana, Karma, etc. This is a very misunderstood phrase in ISKCON. So we'll just delve deeper into this. Oh, this is a big slide here. There are a lot of things going on, and this is essential for us to understand it. So we know what is pure bhakti. Sometimes we practice something thinking it is pure bhakti, but we may be practicing some quasi or some half-baked bhakti without proper understanding. So we have to distinguish what is pure bhakti, what is mixed bhakti, what activity we are performing, is it where it is falling, and what is the result. So here you see the main statement start from here. Not all roads lead to Rome, which means not all the roads. I will just take some road. I'll take 101 and then I will think that I will reach Rome. No, you will not reach Rome. You may go to San Francisco, but you may not reach Rome. Not all roads lead to Rome. Not all types of activities going to give the same result. Mixed bhakti, if we perform, we get a different result. Pure bhakti, if we perform, we get a different result. Other things we perform, we get different results. So we need to understand what are all these different sadhanas that a person can perform, so that we can perform what we like. It is not that I cannot attain this. If you have a liking toward this, you can attain this also. But at least we know consciously where we are putting our endeavor. Brigad Bhagavatamrita, he says, Sanatana Goswami, various sadhanas lead to various results. We have to properly understand which sadhana we are practicing. So we'll generally understand from Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, because we have discussed Jnana Karma here. So we'll understand these paths, what is their result, then we'll come to pure bhakti. So the first word used here is jnana. Though karma is I have put here, the word used here in the sloka is jnana. So we look at first the jnana path. As I said, the word is very much misunderstood because jnana means knowledge. So bhakti should not be covered by knowledge. So as soon as devotees who are not interested in scriptural study, when they hear this, they become very joyful. Appa, I don't need to study any bhakti scriptures because Rupa Goswami, who is writing a lot of bhakti scriptures, he himself has said, Jnana karma dhyanavritam. Bhakti should not be covered by jnana. Therefore, I will just give up all the scriptures. I will just go in front of the Lord. I will just have a bhava toward the Lord. I will do that. So that is one conclusion we can come to. Some devotees also have come to that conclusion. That is not the jnana here is describing. Jnana means, of course, knowledge. So, what is that knowledge? So, Jiva Goswami very clearly clarifies what is this jnana, the knowledge here mean. Jnanam atra nirbheda brahma anusandhanam. Jnana, knowledge means the knowledge that I am non-different from Krishna. The impersonalists, they like to merge into the Lord. They like to merge into impersonal Brahman because they think this Jivatma and that Supreme Atma, the Brahman, are one and same. When they see Krishna walking, they will think that, the Brahma Swarupa is walking and that Brahma Swarupa is me. Like that. He says that this knowledge, that is this jnana. When the word jnana is used, it is that term it is used. Jnana doesn't mean here material knowledge, science, math, finance, stock market, music, general knowledge. The spiritual knowledge also has multiple varieties. It is very specific, this jnana, that Nirbheda Brahma Anusandhanam, searching after this oneness with the Brahman. That knowledge should not cover us. So when we are performing bhakti, we don't think that I and the Supreme Lord are same. So therefore, Prabhupada keeps on repeating this, that you are different from the Lord. You are not the same as the Lord. You are Anu. You are a small water molecule, and Krishna is like an ocean. To remove this conception, because your bhakti should not be covered by this jnana. And then he says, Jiva Goswami, Natu bhajaniya tattva anusandhanamapi tasya avasya apakshaniyatvat. Don't think that jnana here means it is referring to studying bhakti scriptures, knowing about Krishna, knowing about the process. Don't think like that. Why? It is essential for practicing bhakti. Studying bhakti scriptures is essential for practicing bhakti. Therefore, we see that though Prabhupada, when he came here, he is spreading this chanting of the holy name, he came with Bhagavatam in his hands. Not only he came with Bhagavatam in his hands, he started writing Bhagavad Gita, Nectar of Devotion, teachings of Lord Chaitanya, Ishopanishad, then his whole Bhagavatam, 12 cantos. Then we have Chaitanya Charitamrita, everything, so many books. Why is so much endeavor? He is putting throughout the night. He is sitting and then it is translating. To the extent he says, I just want to simply sit and translate. My disciples take care of managing this society. He's putting a lot of effort for this bhakti scriptures because it is essential for us to practice bhakti. We need this scripture knowledge. The bhakti is very subtle. There are so many various subtleties that will clarify when we are reading this bhakti scriptures. Oh, I thought it is like that. Oh, I thought it is like that. Okay, now I have to have this kind of particular mood. This is the activity I need to perform, and this one I need to avoid. It gives also a framework. This framework is useful for us to decide. So that is jnana. So when we say jnana yoga, it is merging with Brahman. Yoga, a particular activity to merge with Brahman. So therefore, those who practice jnana yoga, they will attain Brahman. See here, there is a line here. Above this is spiritual sky. Below this is material sky. So what kind of practices they follow? They follow more like silence. They study Vedanta Sutra with the impersonal commentaries, and then they contemplate on what is truth, like that, very impersonal way. And they renounce everything, and they reduce their activities, like that. They maintain silence, they don't speak. So all these things they follow to attain Brahman. This next word, here he uses is karma. Karma should not cover. So this karma is karma yoga. So what is this karma? There are three types of karma you can perform. Karma means activity. Generally, we use the term karma means reactions from past life. That is one word, but karma in general means activity, any activity you perform. So what kind of activity? Here, there are some activities a person in Varnashrama Dharma has to perform daily. That is called Nitya Karmas. Then he has to perform periodically. That is called Naimitik Karmas. Then some activity you can perform if you desire something. That is called Kamya Karmas. Nitya Karmas, for example, every day you have to perform Pancha Mahayagya. There's 5 great sacrifices a Grihastha has to perform. And you have to perform Sandhya Vandan every day, 3 times. And then Agnishtoma sacrifice. There are so many activities you have to perform. These are all Nitya Karmas. Naimitik Karmas means your Shraddha ceremony, periodical activity. Once a year I perform Shraddha for my parents. That is karma. Kamya Karmas means For example, if I desire a son, there is a specific sacrifice you can perform, putreshti yagya. So that is also part of this karma yoga. So if I perform this karma yoga, all these activities, what I will get? Heavenly planet, which is within the material sky. I will come back again to this material world. So our bhakti activity should not be covered by this karma, which means what it means is that Vishwanath Chakravarti very clearly explained. If I don't perform Shraddha ceremony for my parents, my bhakti will get affected. If I think like that, then that is a covering on bhakti. If I think that if I don't perform my Shraddha ceremony, that I will get sin, that is a covering on bhakti, which means our bhakti activity becomes mixed bhakti. It's not pure bhakti anymore. If I have these conceptions, these are just conceptions in my mind. I can perform Shraddha ceremony as an offering to the Lord, or to encourage people in general. If I am very inspiring leader for a common public, I can do that activity to set example for others, or I can do that because of peer pressure, or I can do that as an activity of the Lord, like we can offer to Lord some prasadam and then we can give to forefathers. That much I can do. But if I do other way, thinking that I have to perform properly Shraddha ceremony, otherwise I will get sin, then our bhakti becomes mixed bhakti. It's not pure bhakti anymore. Same thing with the Sandhya Vandan or any other karma kanda activities when you are performing. We should have this conception that I am not performing with the idea that it will give me sin if I don't perform those, or with a strong faith on those activities that it will improve my bhakti. Then it is a covering on bhakti. You go to, for example, a Ganesha temple or Shiva temple or Kartikeya temple. If I go there and then worship those devatas as supreme God, then my bhakti becomes covered. But I can go to the temple if there's a family pressure, and then there in the temple I can worship them as devotees of the Lord, or vibhutis of the Lord, powers of the Lord, opulence of the Lord, manifestation of particular aspect of the Lord. That I can worship. But with the conception that they are dependent on the Lord, they are servants of the Lord. That is not a covering on bhakti. But if I perform that this particular Ganesha I have to worship, otherwise my bhakti will get disrupted, then that is a covering on bhakti. We cannot worship like that. We can also go to the devatas to ask devotion to Krishna from that devata. That is fine. That is not covered. Otherwise, it becomes karma mishra bhakti. We see this word karma mishra bhakti, jnana mishra bhakti. So, what is the result of karma mishra bhakti? Mixed bhakti. Karma mishra bhakti will lead to Vaikunta. You will go to Vaikunta, but your rasa to the Lord will be lesser than Shantarasa. There are 5 rasas. Your rasa will become even lesser than Shantarasa. Jnana Mishra Bhakti, this jnana, that impersonal aspect, if I mix it with my bhakti, then I will attain to the Lord, but you will attain Shantarasa. Only performing pure bhakti, I will attain the Lord in Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya, and Madhurya Rasa. If you have desire to attain any of these 4 rasas, then you have to perform pure bhakti in sadhana stage. Sometimes we say that, oh, pure bhakti means that somebody at a great stage, my Guru Maharaj will perform pure bhakti, I will perform mixed bhakti because I am at a low level. No, the Rupa Goswami clearly says pure bhakti includes from sadhana stage all the way until perfection stage. What is pure? When we are performing that bhakti, we don't have other desires. We don't seek the desires. We don't seek the fruits of the desires from the Lord. Or we don't mix up this jnana and karma. Adi means etc., which includes Sankhya and other things, Ashtanga yoga, all these things. We don't mix up that. We don't make them cover bhakti. Then it is pure bhakti. We will be still able to attain these 4 rasas. Otherwise, mixed bhakti leads to substandard results. And if you perform karma yoga, jnana yoga, ashtanga yoga, that leads to completely different results. So all roads don't lead to Rome. So we'll stop here. There are some clarifications I need to make, but we can continue that from next session. Any questions, comments, and thoughts? Yes, Nikhil Prabhuji, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you for putting together this slide and for driving home the point on Uttama Bhakti.
Mhm.
Prabhu, I was trying to, in my head, apply the lens of that verse to different devotees we hear in Bhagavatam, and I'm a little confused. Maybe you
Yeah.
can help me. So maybe we can start with something like the Leela of Gajendra.
Yes.
So when you apply that, how do you apply it, and what category does he fall into?
So Gajendra is actually a Sakama Bhakta. Of course, he was in a situation where he was praying to the Lord. He was in a life-threatening situation. Therefore, he was praying to the Lord. But I think if I remember it correctly, Vishwanath Chakravarti definitely says that he is a mixed devotee in Bhagavad Gita context. And in Sandarbhas, I remember, vaguely remember that um, his desire for bhakti was not there when he took the form of the elephant. Maybe it is because of mixed bhakti, or maybe it is because of some offense, something has happened. But definitely, Vishwanath Chakravarti in Bhagavad Gita, he classifies him as mixed devotee.
Okay, I have a few more examples I want to walk through with you, Prabhu. So Dhruva Maharaj, he starts off definitely not as pure bhakti because he has a very specific desire which has to do with his current body.
Yes.
But on that path, he switches to Uttama Bhakti, right?
Yeah, you can, which Rupa Goswami will say in the next chapter. You can start off with mixed bhakti, but then because of the devotee association, you may just change into actually pure bhakti as well.
Okay, and then Queen Kunti, when you know the prayers of Queen Kunti in the book where she's asking for more distress in order to remember Krishna, is that how do you classify that? I'm a little
Yeah,
confused on that.
so Queen Kunti is actually a perfected devotee. She is not a sadhaka. Dhruva Maharaj is a sadhaka, Gajendra is a sadhaka, Queen Kunti is a perfected devotee. She already has attained the result. So she is in Vatsalya Rasa toward Krishna.
Okay.
So
So
that
her
whatever
prayers
she
are fully
prays,
motivated by serving Krishna even when
yes,
she's asking
all
for
her
healing.
words are all expressions of her bhava only.
Okay. And last one, Prabhu, Draupadi in the assembly of the Kauravas.
Yeah. So Draupadi is also a perfect devotee. She is in Sakya Rasa, if I remember correctly, with Krishna. So Draupadi may look like, she is asking for protection, but that is part of Leela. When the devotee is in a perfected stage, whatever he performs, it's part of the Leela of the Lord. When the devotee in
So,
sadhaka stage, it's not Leela, it is his actual activity.
okay. So it's very so sadhakas. This verse is mainly applying to someone in the sadhaka stage.
In the sadhaka stage,
On a
when we don't have desires to perform, when we perfected, we are fully situated in that particular rasa, huh? When we are in shanta rasa, all our bhavas and feelings will be in shanta rasa. We'll have this impersonal conception, everything will be mixed there. But here it is all pure expressions of pure bhakti only. It may look like apparently externally like in the case of Draupadi, that she is looking forward for some help from Krishna, but actually it is just pure love,
part of her service. Okay.
part of her.
That position, that predicament is also part of the service, and she. Okay.
Yes, correct, 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 correct.
Okay. Got
Good
it. Thank you.
questions.
Thank you,
Thank
Prabhu.
you, bro. So, Ananda Baldev Prabhu, yes, Prabhuji.
Yes. Thank you, Prabhu, for understand this whole chart here. Um, so your bhakti, Prabhu. For example, when someone goes for let's assume for a book distribution or any other services in a kitchen cooking or something, right?
Yes.
Someone goes for a book distribution and he goes and with only desire to give a book of Krishna or a Bhagavad Gita to someone so that he get connected to Supreme Lord Krishna, then that is considered as a desire, pure
Yeah,
bhakti
yeah,
or
that is
that
pure bhakti. We are trying
uh,
to connect people. We are giving bhakti to other people, right? So that is a bhakti. And giving books also to that person is also part of kirtana. Glorifying the Lord to that person is also kirtana.
Kirtana. Okay.
Kirtana. So we are performing pure bhakti only there. So desires within the bhakti are allowed. Like I can desire to attain prema for the Lord. That is good. That is a desire allowed. That's why he says anya abhilashita. Huh? No, it doesn't say abhilashita shunyam. No desires. He doesn't say. He doesn't say anya other desires other than Krishna related, which is basically I can desire for attaining prema, or I want to glorify Krishna to new people. I want to bring them as devotees to Krishna. All these are all good desires, and it is still part of pure bhakti only.
Right. Like, for example, when we cook in a kitchen, we say, I was internally, you just think that, we want to give prasadam to someone, outside newcomer, whatever, it's a Krishna's prasadam is Krishna himself. So just giving Krishna to someone, like,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Okay, so thank you, devotees, for joining, and we'll continue. There is one more comment. How about Kubja? Kubja had selfish desires. She wanted to enjoy with Krishna, so therefore it is not really pure bhakti. It's a sort of mixed. So therefore we don't call her rasas pure Madhurya rasa. Also, there's some mixedness is there. And is book distribution the highest seva? so so service all, but proper. Somebody was asking this question. I think this was Shruta Prabhu. Shruta Prabhu writes to Prabhupada. Prabhupada, this is book distribution the most pleasing service to you in his letter. Then Prabhupada is Shruta Dasa or Satsurupa Dasa, one of the persons is asking. So then Prabhupada is saying, you are a well-versed devotee and you are asking these questions. What is this? All services are equal. All services are pleasing. So all services are pleasing to Krishna. Sanatana Goswami, still the holy name, chanting of the holy name is glorified because that is the Yuga Dharma. And in general, it is a very wonderful service, chanting of the holy name. Kirtan, basically. Kirtan includes singing, chanting, recitation. All these things are kirtan. But he then, after glorifying holy name, he says, whatever services one likes, that is the service best for him. Because he will perform that service with a favorable attitude. He will like, I like this, I just love this, and I'm doing. Huh? So that is the best service for him because he does with a very favorable attitude toward that. He will quickly advance. If we do a service with a grudging attitude, then because we are hating it, that's not also that's going to give very very less result. It's not bad. It's going to give very, very less result because we are not doing it with a very happy heart. We should do with a happy heart. Definitely chanting, all of us need to perform. But other service, when we are doing that, we have to pick up that's why the service which you like so that you will do with a very happy heart rather than grudging heart. Thank you for that question, Prabhu. So we'll stop here. Thank you, devotees. We already 10 minutes past. We'll continue next week. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare
कल्पतरुभ्यस्य कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. Gaudiya Vaishnavism की जय. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.